Let's start it off with Leslie Fraizer. Leslie Fraizer is apparently, according to Albert Breer's article, the front runner for the Chicago Bears head coaching job, which is interesting to me, right? Because I wake up this morning, I read the article, kind of seeing, what they were saying about why he should be the front runner and why his name continuously comes up. And it's tough for me, right? Because we see in the NFL all the time. All right. We see in the NFL all the time. If you wait around long enough, you will get another shot at head coach. If you wait around long enough, you will get another shot at the head coaching job. And to me, that's what we're seeing with Leslie Fraizer. And what scares me about Leslie Fraizer is, hey, guys, we've seen this. And everybody always wants to point to well, yes, we saw this, but it was with a subpar team. It wasn't with a team that he can put his stamp on. His record as head coach right now, 21, 32, and 1. He's 0-1 in the postseason. If you stay around long enough, people will look at you for a job. If you stay around long enough, people will look at you for a job. And it's no disrespect to Leslie Fraizer. Listen, probably a heck of a guy, probably a heck of a coach. But that does not mean that he's the best person to be your head coaching candidate, right? That does not mean that he's the best case scenario for the Bears situation, because this is what you have to look at. Like I said, it's no disrespect to Leslie whatsoever. But when I'm looking at what I want for the Bears head coach, I want to see somebody who was able to build a staff successfully. I want to see somebody who was able to build continued success. I want to see somebody who was able to build development in the players that he had there. Leslie Fraizer can't state that while he was a head coach. And yes, he's probably a very, very good coordinator. I don't take that away from him. He's probably an excellent coordinator. But there's limits sometimes. Being an excellent coordinator means nothing for you being a good head coach. And I understand the reason why these teams want coordinators there, because you want that stability on that side, right? You want that stability there. You want that guy there that no matter what, you'll have that play calling covered. You want that guy there that no matter what, you'll still have play calling on that side of the ball. And I'm sorry, I don't subscribe to that theory of thinking. Can he build a staff? Because here's the thing, right? If you're good, what happens? Say Leslie Fraizer does become the Bears' next head coach. Say Leslie Fraizer comes in, does an excellent job with the Bears. The Bears go 12-4. Defense is on the way back. Offense is looking good. Guess what's going to happen? The same thing that happened to Matt Nagy. The same thing that's happening right now out in Buffalo. You guys are winning. The coordinators must be the reason. I want to go get them. So it's not about being able to just find the right head coach that's great with scheme and great with defense and is really going to build up the monsters of the midway mentality again. It's not just about that. It's about being able to build this thing up. For continued success. I've seen years, right? Levy had a year here, year there where he did great. Couple years where he made the playoffs. Good job. But I want somebody who's going to be able to have continued success in this league. I want somebody who's going to be able to come into this thing and continuously build perennial winners. I don't believe Leslie Fraizer's that guy. He didn't show us that he was that guy when he was a head coach. And I'm sorry to break it to you, everybody's not the Bill Belichick story. Realistically, minus Bill Belichick, how many stories do we have where a guy sucked in the first place, came back in the next place, and became a Hall of Fame coach? Because that's the story everybody always leans on, right? That's the story that everybody always leans on. Oh, Bill Belichick was with the Browns, and then he left there, it was the Browns. With the Browns, then he left there, and then all of a sudden he was a great head coach. How many stories of that we got? You give me somebody else. You give me somebody else. I look at what the Bears are doing, and I feel like the Bears are consistently trying to bring back what they had before. And I'm talking about before. What about what we've seen from Leslie Fraizer as a head coach? I'm not talking about him as a coordinator. Clearly, he's a great DC. Buffalo is a dominant defense. Clearly, he can develop guys on that side of the ball. Clearly, he's able to do some things right. That does not make him a good head coach. Just elevating the dude beneath the coordinator when your coordinator gets pillaged doesn't make him a good coordinator when he takes the next step. And the bigger topic in all of this to me, why are we getting front runners for the head coaching job already? Are the Bears again not going to allow their GM to do his job? That's the biggest question in all of this to me. Are the Bears again not going to allow their GM to do his job? Because we're talking about, I came on this morning talking about head coaching candidates, not GM candidates. GM candidates, we're still interviewing everybody under the sun. Anybody that's ever been in a GM room, hey, didn't you sweep up in Kansas City after the draft was done? Hey, let's get you in for a GM interview. We just love working backwards, don't we? We just love working backwards. If you're just joining us, Albert Breer reported that Leslie Fraizer seems to be the front runner for the Bears job. He is the name that continuously comes up. Do you like the name Leslie Fraizer as the Bears' next head coach? Do you like Leslie Fraizer as the Bears' next head coach? And here's the thing, right? If the Bears hired him, of course we'd give him a chance. Of course we'd ride with him, but I don't feel good about it.